Kevin from TechRentals here. Today we'll be going through the setup of the Trimble Base & Rover RTK GPS system. A Base & Rover system allows operators to achieve survey-grade accuracy anywhere there is a decent view of the sky. We start by opening the Trimble Access app on our controller. From there, tap the New button to create a new project and give it a name. Inside this new project, we'll have to create a job. In addition to giving the job a name, we have a few important settings to check before starting work. First is the coordinate system. If not already specified by the site you are working on, this should be set to GDA 2020. In this particular demonstration, we will select GDA 94 as this is the previous system that is still in use in many sites around Australia. Either way, it is important to confirm what coordinate system is used on your site so that the work that you do on your GPS lines up with everything else on site. Furthermore, we must check the GDA zone we are operating in. Again, it is important to use whichever GDA zone is specified on your site. Otherwise, the zone can generally be determined by your site's location and, more specifically, your site's longitude. Longitudes can be found by clicking on your site location when viewed on Google Maps. For this particular example, our site is in Perth, so we will select MGA Zone 50. Generally, we should also enable the use of a Geo Ed model so that our heights are displayed to AHD height. We also have to enter a generic project height here, usually 100.00 or so. Once all looks good, we can accept and store the coordinate system settings, taking us back to the job setup. If we have site data and settings to import, we can add these on this screen. If not, we can hit accept, which will take us to the main survey screen. Along the top of the screen, there should be an icon of the GPS unit on a tripod. This is telling us that we are connected to the base. If the icon is flashing, this means that the controller is searching for a GPS to connect to. In this case, make sure the base is powered on and give it a minute or so to connect. It is best to set up the base unit on a point in a secure area with a clear view of the sky and as high an elevation as possible. For the base rover system to work, it is important to check that all hardware and software is set up correctly. First off, make sure that both the base and rover units are powered on, and do not forget that both units have to have their radio antennas installed. With the hardware in place, we will then check the radio settings on the base by selecting the data link from the menu and then connecting to the base radio. This screen shows important radio settings that must be matched by the rover settings we will check in a moment. It can be worth taking a photo of these settings on your phone for convenience. Apart from that, we should make sure that the repeater is supported and that the transmit power level is 2 watts for maximum possible radio range on site. If the base radio settings look good, we can go back to the menu and press Start Survey and then select the RTK survey style. At this point, we have to nominate which point the base is set up on. If you have imported site data, you can generally select the data from the list. If not, we can simply key one in. If we do not have precise coordinates to key in, we can tap the Here button to get an approximate location. This approximate location will have a horizontal and vertical offset to its true location within our chosen coordinate system. It is important to note that these offsets will be applied to all points measured using this setup. This offset can be eliminated by performing a site calibration on a point with known coordinates, or by simply recording the known point during the survey and adjusting all points relative to the known point later in the office. From there, we must also check the height of the base. While there is a range of measurement options, generally the easiest measurement is the slope distance between the point on the ground and the bottom of the lever extension. This is known as the lever of R10 extension height. Once the base is started, we'll tap the GPS icon again and select the rover mode. This will disconnect the controller from the base so that it can connect to the rover. Similar to before, we will check the rover radio settings by pressing the data link option once connected. Here we can see that the settings match those of the base radio setup. If they don't, it is normally easiest to change the rover settings to match the base settings. If the rover radio settings look good, we can go back to the menu, press Start Survey and select the RTK survey style once again. From the list of available base stations that appear, we should be able to select the base we have just started. With all going well, we should return to the main screen to see the RTK survey initialized and a tick in the top right corner of the screen. Be sure to check the height that you have set your rover pole at. This concludes the setup of the Trimble Base & Rover RTK GPS system. If you have any questions or would like to see any other survey demonstrations, please leave a comment below. Otherwise, my name's Kevin from TechRentals. Thank you for watching and we'll see you on the next one.